Hey everybody, how's it going? Sorry, I was having trouble with this one. My freaking if you put wear eyelashes, it's the struggle. Always the inner corner that gives you troubles, and that's what's going on here. So I'll probably be messing with it a lot. I might end up just ripping off halfway through because it will bug me. And I'll keep seeing it. Who's today's wiener? Rhonda is today's winner. See, it's gonna bug me. I'll try to leave it alone. Hey, Sunshine, criminal justice. You don't think he's strong enough or mature enough? Oh, it's hard to go through boot camp. I mean, not a huge percentage don't make it, but hold on, let me pull up my chat on my phone so I can see your guys' comments from here also. My internet's going slow, I hope. Hey, wise old lady. November crazy mom. Oh, thank you, November Rain. That's very sweet. Hey, Lolly. Carrie. Tina. Hey, everybody. So, fabulous. Can't wait to hear this. Well, this is just speculation. It's not, we don't have very many facts. But lately, I've been really wondering about that. I call him Andy Jr. because that's what I've called him since the beginning. Because it's weird because I never called him by his real name, his God-given name. In the neighborhood, really, Fred just knew him as Andy Jr. or what did he say they also called him? They had a few names. Speculation and brainstorming, but educated speculation. Oh, it's 70 here and 30 likes. Sometimes that doesn't update right away. It says 47 or 48 on my end now. After I liked my own live, yes, I'm not above liking my own comments. And you knew him as Drew. Yeah. Also, there's some kind of weird. Here, we'll go here real quick while we're waiting for some people to get in here. So if you see this person, it's Fred, because for some reason it's coming up user EU7, blah, 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 with the F circle. That's Fred. And anyways, he just commented, bet PG is wrong about everything she is saying. People forget PG knew Don and Allie way before Summer went missing. There's proof of that. I believe that she definitely knew Allie for sure. I don't know about, I think she knew Don and Candace before. I mean, she was sharing posts and stuff. The supposed account that's supposedly hers was sharing when Allie's daughter went missing several years ago. And Lisa says she didn't know them before Summer went missing. Lisa, okay, she knows everything. And Fred said, since you know everything, where is Summer? Please tell. You know everything about nothing. And she said, where's Rose Bly since you talked to her last? What? What? He did? He talked to her last? See, this is his stuff. Like, people are careless with what they put out there. And she's definitely one of them. Since so Fred supposedly talked to Rose Bly last. Okay. Then he goes, I've never spoken to Rose. You know everything, so why ask me? You're so smart. And Shay just commented, I wonder if this could be true because Jodisue's son, Boog, was checking property lines. Who knows? But anyway, Lisa responded to Fred and said, Fred, I have you on tape saying you saw her, knew her, and actually talked to her. What on earth are you trying to pull now? And then somebody replied, big difference between talking and knowing someone, right? Okay, so I responded to Lisa because just recently, because she is a lunatic, I said, Lisa, you do not have him on tape saying he talked to her. Oh my God, you're a lunatic. Please never contact me or come into my chat with anything ever again. You are off your rocker. Because, side note, every time she likes to come around when it like benefits her. Like if for some reason I'm having issues with somebody she doesn't like. Oh, thank you, November Rain. She said, it's not much. Enjoy it. Maybe get you a couple of drinks at the store. Love, November Rain. Oh, thank you so much. That was really nice. I'm going to need another one after this because this is just down to here and I don't have any more. So thank you so much. How would PJ know for a fact if she wasn't there involved? Exactly. So then I said, put up or shut up. Bet you can't find anywhere where Fred said he talked to Rose. LOL. Please stop changing things to fit what you want them to be. Let's hear the clip of Fred saying he talked to Rose. We'll wait. Sure won't hold my breath. How about you hold your breath until you post that proof? Now she'll say I'm threatening her. I'm threatening her because I'm telling her to hold her breath until that she posts this proof. Since she's so right, she should be able to do it, right? I mean, surely, she could come up with a proof in like 30 seconds. Can she hold her breath for 30 seconds? Hold your breath until you get that proof, Lisa, please. You're so sure in what you're saying, you should be able to do that. Exactly. Fred never said he talked to Rose. See, this is how people switch things and just try slightly to fit their narrative. If that's true, Lisa, what did they talk about? Do tell. Inquiring minds want to know. What did they talk about? You know everything. Hey, Shannon and Matthew. Kathy. I noticed she was back here a while ago, and yet she talks about you and Fred all the time, right, country girl? Yeah, I'm done with her. Like, I'll give people a chance, because I know sometimes it's so difficult to know who's being honest on this platform and stuff. But she should definitely know better. I gave her. I knew she had been talking bad about me and Fred especially, but there's so much misinformation out there. I just give people benefit of the doubt that they just didn't know better. But when they continually, purposely put things out like that, like Lisa is, who is this lady, by the way? Does anybody know her real name? I don't put it in the chat. I'm not saying. I'm just saying, does anybody know this woman? She came out of nowhere from the beginning saying that she acted like she was the person to go to about Rose Bly. And she's friends with Rose Bly's ex-husband. And then she just came out of nowhere, supposedly knowing all this stuff and supposedly being the go-to. Who are you? Who are you? Like, seriously. Why should we listen to you over anybody else? Because I've seen nothing but crazy come from you the last few years. Seriously, Lisa, like, get it together. Stop putting stuff out purposely just because you want it to fit a certain narrative. Yeah, I am, Amy Lou, Lisa K. Aw, thank you, Judy. Isn't she from Arkansas and she knew Dawn and Candace? Oh, really? So now she knew Dawn and Candace. Is that for real? That would make sense. That would absolutely make sense. Because she sure is like Team Wells. Exactly. Where is Rose? Come on, solve the case. And I know this is gonna be a kind of controversial a little bit, the stuff I'm talking about, and I get it. Once again, I'm just saying this is absolute, it's not fact, the stuff that we're going to talk about. It's just after years of looking into this case, it keeps pointing in one direction, and I was just curious and was on here we go. Let me switch over. I was trying to look up George Bernard. I was looking for somebody specifically. It wasn't George or Andy or even his son, but I was looking. Of course, a lot of them have their friends list blocked, so I can't see who they're friends with and who they've been connected to. So I pulled up his son. So supposedly, his son went to the U.S. Army September 27th, 2022 to present. And supposedly, look at this, he put married since June 4th, 2023. Could that be us? I mean, people put that shit on their Facebook all the time and it just be a lie just to throw people off. But weird. He's married 9 months, 8.5 months after he went to the Army. And supposedly he's in Louisiana. It should be pretty easy to prove this, right? That he's actually in the Army. Is there a way to look up people who are actually in the Army? Because has anybody heard about the rumors? Okay, everybody knows that Jodisue's dad was a really bad guy, right? I know, Jam. I know. And she's supposedly a paralegal or was. About 9 months is when they get out of basic and ATI. Yeah, I'm wondering if he even made it through. Maybe he did go. But listen, anybody hear the rumors about Jodisue? You guys know that Jodisue is about 5 years younger than Andy, okay? We've heard Jodisue say something about she's been with him since she was 13. So that would make him about 18. 13 and 18. Kind of, it's a little creepy, but now at this point, it doesn't matter. It's not a big difference. But then, that's kind of a big difference. So, double fisting smoking right now. I wonder if a background search would tell. My friend's son went in about the same time, and they sent him overseas right after basic. So a lot of all these yeah, she was live earlier, or she was live before I went live, somebody said. Yeah, but 13 and 18, whether it's normal or not, listen, I can't say anything about age differences. I was with somebody who was almost 20 years older than me for 10 years, okay? But at 13 and 18, I don't even whatever. I don't even really care too much about that. I'm not going to get on Andy for being with a 13-year-old at 18. I don't care about that, or however old he was. At this point, I don't, what I am interested in, where I'm going with this is the rumor. I don't know where this came from, but everybody knows Jodisue. Jodisue's childhood was probably freaking horrible. She's probably been a victim her whole life, in certain ways. And there was a rumor, and maybe you guys can tell me where this all started. Sold to Andy when she was 11. Is that what she said? Thank you, Lip Lock, for breaking the ice. I thought she said she was sold to Andy Bernard when she was 11. Oh. Who purchased Jodisue for Andy? Is anybody wondering? Maybe that's what happened. I mean, where's his son? Is he really in Louisiana? Or is he hiding out somewhere? Just saying. It'd be pretty easy to prove your son's in the military. I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem proving that. Right? Hey, Blue Eyes. So this was what Jodisue said out of her own mouth, huh? Because that's what I was going to ask, where that rumor came from. I thought it was when she was 13. Now, how old was Summer? Was 5 when she went missing. How old was their son? You remember when Fred said it had Saul Andy Jr.? That's all I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him Andy Jr., even though it's not his government name. Remember when Andy saw Andy Jr. in the little kiddie pool with Summer? I don't know, guys. I'm just saying. Well, there's not a 2-year age difference. He's 40. He was born in 1980. She was born in 85 or 84. So there's a 4 to 5 age difference. Definitely not two. He's in the National Guard and he's non-active service. Okay. So is he really in Louisiana? He's in non-active service. So how's he paid for what? I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but that's interesting for that information. A friend of mine knows Jodisue's mother. And so Jodisue's mother told you that he was in National Guard. Does she know that for a fact, or is she just going by what her daughter says? You know what I mean? Nobody would think, nobody thought really much of it when he went off to the Army. Now, some people were like, it's kind of weird. I mean, yeah, some people did think some things, but it's kind of been forgotten. Now, this was like over a year after Summer went missing when he went to the Army. There's pictures of Damien in uniform. Okay. I've always thought Jodisue and Andy Jr. know exactly what happened. Close to his mama's sister. He has a girlfriend. Why are we focused on? I saw the photo of her with him. That's because I'm on my stream and that's what I want to talk about. If you don't want to discuss it, you don't have to. Was it in Louisiana? Whether or not he still went to the Army or not, it's still to me concerning that Jodisue says that she was purchased for Andy. And I'm not saying that my original theory included him actually going to the military. I do. That could totally be possible. Was there any truth about two cats dying? I still think her son done something to Summer. See, that's why. And also, why was he sent off to the... It's just, was there something to that? Was that a way to get him away from the area, as well? Like, there's a lot of weird things that happened. Now, I know that the timing, it's that timing. Like when you turn 18, he was 18 and just, took off. But like how their relationship fell apart, and then how like there was like all this like turmoil for some reason between Andy and his son, and there was a protective order between Andy and his son, and why, all of a sudden Jodisue and Andy's relationship just like completely went in shambles, like right after Summer went missing. Well, that's what Jodisue said herself, that she was sold. But, it's Jodisue. Damon's interview on the news about the scream. He was Duper's delight. Yeah, I understand. I know, guys, that this is going to be... I know... I know I bring out controversial subjects, but I find it all weird that all the huge major life changes happening in Jodisue's and Andy's life right after Summer went missing, when they were together since they were children. Jodisue is 7 years younger than Andy. From what I looked up, it's 4 to 5, but said animalistic scream. He did say animalistic scream, but it's like he was repeating what he was told or something. Didn't Jodisue live close by the Bernards when they were younger? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure, but she still was a lot younger than him. You know, they definitely could have known each other. It's very possible. I'm sure that they did. I'm sure their families did know each other. Hey, Mama T. So people, okay, so we've pretty much determined, like, it's true that he definitely at least went to the army. So that part is true. It sounds like if people have actually seen photos, how long, if he's still in there, if, you know, I mean, can you pay? Is that a non-service or a non-active National Guard? Do they make enough money to pay for? Is that enough to live on? I don't know. I guess who knows if I don't know what all that means. She has family on Lone Star. Oh, okay. Jodisue and Andy said they got together when she was 14, right? Well, Lucy, now we have people that saying that. So Jodisue, you know, but she goes back and forth, just like the stuff that she said about Andy, and then now wants to act like, oh, he's not capable of such a thing, to do anything to a child. But yet you're going to sit here and say he's selling drugs to sedate kids on the hill, and you don't know what to believe. But supposedly people are saying that Jodisue said on a live that she was purchased for Andy when she was 11 years old. I thought and some people are remembering 13, some remember 14, but when I Googled their ages, so it's so weird. Their ages, when you look up Andy Bernard, it says he was born in 1980 or 81. And then it says the same thing for Jodisue, except it says 1984 or 85. What is going on? Everywhere I look, mine definitely says 1981 everywhere. Why is it such a discrepancy in their ages? The number of times my oldest son retired after 22 years. National Guard has drill once a month, and then once a year they usually go overseas for 3 weeks. They do not make hardly any money at all unless they are called up to go overseas. So is he just staying on? I mean, I guess it matters if he's not active duty, then maybe he met a girl down there, maybe he did really meet a girl down there. It says he's been married since 9 months after he went down there. That's what he put on his Facebook, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's really married. People do that all the time on their Facebook. Some people thought that little, that she lived across or lived near Chase 423. National Guard does deploy. My son was in the Guard and he was in Iraq and Africa. Seems like nowadays a person has to have full-time job and a side hustle. Stuff is expensive. Yes. National Guard do go overseas. My host boy was called up 2 times as a member of the Arkansas Army National Guard. Well, see, that's definitely something I'm not educated on. Um, so that's why I'm asking you guys. My ex was going to be going overseas, but he passed away. So, was there anything? Okay, so we've established he did go off to the military. Okay, was that always the plan, or is there something? It's just strange. It's probably nothing, I guess. I was thinking about all this stuff, and me and Donna and Fred have all been talking. Donna Serafina, and we are going to do a call with her, so we're super excited about that. Um, Maybe she'll record it and do a video. That'd be really cool. She's definitely, if she wants to record it and put it up, that's fine with me. I don't know about Fred, but um, we're supposed to have a call with her in like a week. She's still really stuck on she still really believes the whole, well, ultimately she believes Summer was unalived, but not initially, like that, not right away. Yeah, Luminous. I'm excited for it. Because I guess we will. No, these are people who have served, that people that have family in the National Guard. I don't think so, Grasshopper, not yet. The creepy thing is she said he's free now. Who said that, JJ? Jodisue and the adult son assisted the Wells with fake timeline, telling lies for years. Yeah. Guilt consumes. I don't know. Just why they act the way they do. Hey, Moon Angel. Oh my God. Rhonda is laughing at your comment. Well, she's keeping Little safe. I wonder about all four. What do you mean by that, Darlene? I would think, don't they can send anybody overseas, right? Especially, there might be a rank. They might be on the lower. National Guard might be one of the last to go overseas in time of war, but I don't know though. I'm just going to stay quiet about it because I can't comment. I'm reading off. I'm not trying to get in the middle of something, but when it really doesn't matter because it really doesn't have anything to do with, he's not overseas as far as my understanding, but hey, Shay. president can deploy the Guard to serve missions overseas, which has happened more frequently in recent years, including to Afghanistan, Iraq, Poland, and the Horn of Africa. I'm just wondering if they do sometimes just to prepare them, just in case, like just for like training, maybe send them overseas. There's likes. I see a 93 likes. You found one with which one is that? A brick house with pillars? Because I was sending something like that to Donna too. Oh, did she say he was overseas, Jay? Well, I'm just. It says on his profile, not that that means anything, that he's down in Louisiana and he went down there in September of 2022 and that he got married in June of 2023. 9 months later. But I wonder, was he always planning? Was the plan always to go to the military, or, it just makes me wonder if the timing, if the timing was of Summer going missing, if that was for a specific reason, like, I don't know, guys. I really feel like I'm trying to think of I've been thinking with all the information I think I know, which is still not absolutely 100% fact because I haven't heard it from law enforcement, but what I think I know, I'm trying to make something fit, because to me, I really feel like Andy and Jodisue are protecting somebody. And I feel like when Summer went missing, it tore their family apart. And I feel like it tore their family apart for some a reason, because it's closely related to them in some way. I don't know. That's just, I just feel like they're protecting somebody. Because I mean, think about if the position you'd be in if you knew your child was involved with something. A lot of people would protect their child. Right, Matthew, me too. And now the military might have nothing to do with it. The whole going off to the military might not have anything to do with it. And I know people are going to take my words and say, oh, well, Ziggy said. No, I'm speculating. But I will say, I do believe they're protecting somebody. And if there's nothing I know in this case, one thing I know in my opinion, that I feel like I know for a certain, I'm sorry, I absolutely believe, in my opinion, Andy Bernard's involved. He knows something, without a doubt. I would put my life on it. And he needs to fucking come clean. I'm seriously so tired of this shit, dude. He knows something. If you're protecting your son, it's time to just be honest. I think the time is just he was at the age to join. As he didn't have my options. Yeah, but I'm saying the timing of when Summer went missing, though. I hope so. I hope so, Grasshopper. Gosh, I hope so. You know, for sake of Summer. And guys, let me show you something. Fred, these butterflies keep everywhere. Like Fred looks. Hold on, let me show you something. They like keep landing on him and stuff. And hold on. Here's one that landed on him today. And so Fred's always associated butterflies to Summer Wells. So when he mentions like, oh, let's put butterflies in the chat for Summer Wells, this is why, because butterflies keep freaking landing on him. It feels like some kind of, message. I don't know. I know a lot of people don't believe in that stuff, but it's just crazy. Yeah, he don't remember anything. And you think about it too. If a minor was the one that did it, then he wouldn't get in as much trouble, would be the thinking, right? Oh, well, since he was under 18, he won't be in as much trouble, or, allegedly. And I feel like, well, Summer, the timing definitely, I don't know if it had anything to do with Summer, the timing of Summer. I think it would more so with Summer that he just they had to figure out something because CPS and her going to school and her becoming more social. They probably didn't even, I don't even want to know the amount of children that Candace has probably Candace and Dawn have probably put into the black market, allegedly, in my opinion, of their own that they gave birth, or that she gave birth to. I don't even know if they meant to keep Summer until she was at 5. Candace has always had some kind of weird thing with girl children. Same thing with the puppies. Oh, we just want boy dogs. She says because boys can't get pregnant, and that makes sense. Makes sense. It does. But is there something more to that? Because the way she is about little girl children, too. I remember H's most recent interview, he was saying something like Candace told him kids can be charged as adults. Hey, Jessica. This is a think tank. Maybe if other people tell what they know, this little girl will care. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying. That's why I put this stuff out. I mean, I don't care. I talk about things that people are afraid to talk about, and I get it. Might as well be me. I already get the most hate anyways, it seems like at times. Read your last message. Jodisue also said the rub off is real, father to son. She did say something like that. You're right. I heard her say that. I heard her say that specifically. The rub off is real. I mean, have you looked at the kid's Facebook? Have you looked at her mother's Jodisue's mother's Facebook? I mean, the weird stuff that they post. Really faded jeans. Candace listed herself as single on her Facebook the other day. Rumor has it she's staying with a friend. Well, maybe she'll start talking what she knows. Jodisue lived at that guy. Well, there's rumors that I don't know about living with him, but there's rumors that she lived near him. Or she lived with Chase's brother, is what I. And Andy admitted he used to do coke. Remember, Ziggy, when you interviewed him, that he admitted he used to do pills and psychedelics on another channel, but he only does weed now. So he used to do coke. Well, so did he ever go on? He's saying he never went on coke runs to Knoxville with Dawn on her Taz Fu page. I think on BK or Cam and Allie showed. What's that? Junior went into guard and not active duty. Question: Junior went into guard and not active duty. Yes, I guess so. He's not active. I don't know. I know, right, Nanu? It was for a child, and you look back at the dates too, you got to think of how old he was when he was posting this stuff. Like if I saw my daughter posting something like that, I would at least be like, oh my God, delete that, the family's going to see or something. Like, what the heck? But no shame in their game. It's because probably all of them in the family is kind of a little off. My favorite kind of weed is coke. Don or Andy, probably. Yeah, he used to do psychedelics and stuff, he said. He said as a sick, twisted monster did something to their son, Bug. Heard her say that Andy's dad is a sick, twisted monster, did something to their son. I believe that. We have to, there is some truth in what Joe says at times, it seems. This girl was last seen on July 15th. So yesterday, the TBI has issued an alert on the behalf of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. She's missing 17-year-old from Jefferson County in Tennessee. Fred just sent this to me. They're gonna, what's it gonna make me see this? You need her picture. Anyways, let's hopefully I don't know if it's ever gonna come up. Nope. Well, here's her picture right here. Call 1-800-TBI-FIND if you see her. Oh, thank you. Wait, what? It says Jefferson County. Dandridge, Tennessee. It was posted 30 minutes ago. Jodisue said that there is a true monster that runs Ben Hill, but didn't say who. You guys, one thing is interesting too is George Bernard, when Fred pulled up after, on the evening that Summer went missing, when he pulled up and found out that, saw all the commotion and everything that was going on, guess who was there? None other than George Bernard. And he hadn't seen George Bernard out there near Ben Hill in 20 years. And also, not only that, is that something else he found weird is like George always wears shorts. He's one of those people always wears shorts. I know you guys probably have met somebody like that. But for some reason, this day he was wearing pants, long pants or long jeans or whatever. That he got injured when he got into the military. Didn't Jodisue say something about a vehicle? Oh, really? Did he? So he got injured while there, and now it's not supposedly not in the military anymore, or what? Yeah, he could have been just being nosy. He could have, Andy could have called him down there, I guess. And it's weird too. The first thing what he said to Fred was, "Oh, I thought it was your kid," or something like that. It's like Fred thought that was weird because George knew that he didn't have any kids out there. So that was a strange, comment. Oh, he was wearing bib overalls. Right, Katie? Exactly. He got injured, but is supposedly still in it. Okay. Polly Bernard said also on her Facebook that her grandkids was friends with Summer. Yep. She's 5, and that's weird. I know. I saw that. I saw those posts when I was looking just yesterday, because I was looking through Polly's Facebook and looking for George. He deleted his, trying to find Andy's again. I forget what he put his under. I couldn't find it. But I found, of course, Junior's, and which I call Junior, Andy's son, Jodisue and Andy's son. But when I was looking for that, I saw those posts in the feed on Facebook that, from years ago, where Polly is commenting to a friend of hers on one of her pictures that when somebody said, "Oh, I hope that little girl gets found that went missing out by your area," or something like that. They brought it up, and she goes, "Yeah, it's really sad. I hope so too. She was friends with my grandkids." Now, she's 5, and like at the time, how old was Jodisue's kids at the time? What, 12 and 17, 12, 16? So they were friends with a 5-year-old? I mean, Fred did see Andy Jr. in the pool with Summer. Just them. Didn't you say it was just them in the pool? Fred? How tall is the missing girl? It doesn't even say information. Oh, she's 5'6" tall, weighs 179, with blonde hair, brown eyes, and there's no clothing description. Sorry about that. 5'6" and 179 pounds. But there was somebody's comment. I just saw that. I wanted to. Well, I know that, but that their son wasn't 19 because he was still underage when Summer went missing. And then the next year is when he turned 18 and took off to the military. A month before Summer went missing was when you saw that. Recovery has 2 lives using dowsing rods. Muddy Waters search, and I'll have to check that out. Hold on. So So is that saying that the parents didn't know, though? Right? Yeah. And then all of them said, oh, let's all put it on Fred. And they all kind of like worked together to do that. I'm researching on my mama's side. They're all hills. I'm trying to find out if we are kin. That's funny. You could be in my family. They were taking questions from chat and asked were the Bernards involved, and it said yes. Dang, do you have a timestamp? I mean, I that's the one thing as far as I won't say the Bernards, but I will say, sorry, I'll say Andy. For sure. In my absolute, without a freaking doubt, in my opinion. Do I have absolute proof? No, but I'm sorry. Have not seen any evidence that contradicts it, or I'm not. It just keeps. I just nobody. What other reason would you deny being on the road when you were on the road? I'm sorry. People don't have to believe Fred that he saw Andy on the road that day at around 3:45. But I know he is not freaking lying, and he's absolutely talked to law enforcement about it, and law enforcement do absolutely have proof of Andy being on the road, and he knows that, but yet he's still freaking denying it. Why? Well, it's working for him on YouTube, I guess. He can't change it now and be like, oh yeah, I forgot. The Browns and Bernards, Mimi. Why did Pruitt say what he did to Andy? Well, for one, Pruitt's under the belief, he's absolutely under the belief that Summer was taken by an animal. And two, it's TBI that's taken over the case and the ones really truly investigating. And so Andy's name's not going to come across his desk, for one. For two, because he's not even interested in it. He has got in his head that an animal took Summer and that the parents aren't involved. Also, and I know this for a fact because I know people who actually know him who have talked to him about Summer, and they've told people very reliable that know him and say that, that's absolutely what he believes, and he's just afraid to come to the public with it because everybody believes the parents are involved. But he says, oh, the parents are really bad people, but they're not involved. And also, another reason why he would say that to, if he's just trying to get him off the phone too. It could also be a way to make him feel comfortable as well. But still, Pruitt's not the person that you want to call. You want to call TBI. How about you call TBI and talk to them. There's nothing going to Pruitt. It hasn't for a while. Yeah, Fred's never talked to Pruitt, for one. When he never went to, the only time Pruitt was ever around is when he did that lie detector test about cotton. He's never talked to Pruitt about Summer. Yeah, and you guys are going to truly believe that his name has not crossed his desk, Andy Bernard's name? When I've talked to people who seem like, I don't know if I should even say people's names because I don't want to put them out there like that. I was just talking to somebody yesterday who was in contact with TBI about something to do, and had mentioned something with Andy, and it wasn't yesterday, but I was talking to the person yesterday, and they said they had contacted TBI about some information on Summer Wells, and when Andy's name came up, they were real interested in what this person had on Andy Bernard. That's what this person said. That they suddenly got really interested and said, "What do you know on Andy Bernard?" Chris also the one who gave Candace a bottle of whiskey. Yes. So, and that's the other thing. The whole they did get the law enforcement, it is absolutely true, did purchase alcohol for the Wells, and they did it because they were suspicious of them and they wanted them to talk. But law enforcement isn't going to want you to know that. That's part of why there's a gag order. I'm guessing. I guess I can't say for sure why exactly the gag order is. But you guys got to remember that too. There's a gag order on the sheriff's department. They can't speak on Summer Wells. So, and plus, why would you, if a suspect calls you and it's like, should I be concerned? Am I in trouble? Do you expect them to be like, yes, you are actually, so why do that? So why scare the suspect so they freaking take off? You want them calm as can be. Think about it. I wish people would use like common sense and constructive, criticism, or not constructive criticism, deductive reasoning. It was purchased the 17th. The 17th. On the 17th, it wasn't the 15th. Yeah, Fred heard him talking about it, or saw. Right? What did you see them purchase alcohol, or did you hear them talking about it? Look how he lied about going to Knoxville with Dawn. Well, it definitely looks like he's been to Knoxville with Dawn, but for some reason he won't admit it. The time. So was that I don't know if that would have been. Was it really a month before when you saw Andy Jr. in the pool, or would it have been a few months? Actually a few months before, because wasn't that the same time too, that the same visit that you thought that Laura thought that Candace looked pregnant, and Candace supposedly said that yeah, she was pregnant. Wasn't that all the same incident? From my understanding, the pool incident, like Andy Jr. was up there. It was the same. This whole same incident when the whole, when Candace looked like she was pregnant and had said to Laura that yes, she was pregnant again. Where's he speaking at, Shay? He should. Is he really still talking about the Summer Wells case? Hey, sweet tea. They went ahead and gave them alcohol 1 hour before recording Dawn on the 17th. Pruitt still speaks it. Did she show proof of that, Shay? Because you know that one's a liar. Just like she said that she talked to Logan Linkus. So, no, she didn't. No, she freaking didn't. Which you guys wouldn't know who that even really is. I mean, unless you really pay attention. It's somebody who somebody Fred was in jail with had told Fred that there was this guy in his court date who offered to give information for Summerwell in exchange for leniency on his sentence, information on Summer Wells. And he gave Fred the description and the date and everything. And I looked it up and I sent the picture, who I believed it was, to Fred to show the guy. He's like, oh my God, how'd you find that guy so quickly? Anyways, that's the person who, the name I got. Then, you know, it was really interesting to see this suspect be put out, Stephen Linkus. You know, that like clicked in my mind. I'm like, how do I freaking know that name? Or the last name, Linkus. I'm like, oh, is this all connected? Stephen Linkus, the suspect in Holly Lynn Snap. Is that all part of the same thing of whatever happened to Summer? Yeah, and PG never talked to Chad either. That's definitely a lie. Big fucking lie. She never talked to Chad. When did she call? Did she post the call? Shay? I don't watch her. I just know she purposely puts out false info, so I don't watch anybody like that. It's no, because it just confuses me, you know, it confuses my mind. So I try to watch people that I know aren't, if I'm going to watch something, I try to watch people who are putting out what they know is truth to the best of their ability. Remember when PG said that she had spoken to Grady Light, which was absolute bullshit. Right, Tyre? Like she needs to. I can't wait till the truth comes out and people, and finally there's gonna be so many people scatter and just be like, just scatter. Like it's like the lights are gonna come on and all these cockroaches are gonna scatter and it's gonna be like nothing, nobody. She is, Shay. Lip Love's got a walker pussy. Andy said he never gave Dawn anything. Oh, so the whole money thing, now that's a whole lie, right? When the last time it's like, if that happened, it was for weed. Grady White is he even alive anymore? I mean, he's like 100. Hold on, give me 1 second. I have to use the ladies' room real quick. You know what's crazy? I never see anybody else like who does streams ever get up and use the bathroom. I'm like, how is that possible? Seriously, I never see any other streamers ever get up to use the bathroom. I just noticed that. Or I just realized that. Oh gosh, just an observation. The random thoughts that just come to my mind. She put the call out, but I couldn't tell if it was him. I just ran across it and wanted to hear it. It kind of told her off. Well, because she's so, she acts so, there's a way you have to talk to people if you want something, if you're trying to, you don't just sit there and demand something from somebody. You treat people with respect. I don't know. I just can imagine how she probably talked to him. Did you talk to RC? Her hubby passed him? RC. Saying about PG never talked to Old Man Light either. Yeah, that's probably Grady Light. That's probably who Fred was just talking about. Old Man Light, is that the same person as Grady Light? I mean, Grady's kind of the heart, or the, I'm trying to think of the word. Something like the patriarch of the family. She was accusing Andy, and he did sound mad. Andy was mad when PG called him up. When was that, Rhonda? Well, now all of a sudden, guys, it's not Andy. It's not Andy, guys. All of a sudden, PG says, guys, it's not Andy. Andy is not involved. Supposedly, it's Fred and Laura. They took Summer. Fred and Laura took Summer. But this whole time, she talks so much shit, but now it's in her, it benefits her to be cool with Andy. I just can't stand fake people. Right? With JJ. Yeah, it did look like she lost weight, Jerry, when Summer went missing. But like I've said before, early on in the case, if my child was missing, I would lose weight too and not be able to eat. So and I thought maybe all the stress, and even if she is involved, I'm speaking on Candace, by the way, even if she is involved, still like being scared and, the guilt, being afraid, looking over your shoulder, that would stress you enough to not be able to eat either. She's watching because someone went over and told her that her son was being... Oh, gosh. I can't believe PG is saying Laura. That's sad because Laura doesn't want to talk to PG anymore. She accuses her of taking a child. Yeah, exactly. See how dirty PG is? As soon as, somebody decides they don't want part of her bullshit anymore, and her, don't want to be a part of her little narrative that she's trying to spin, all of a sudden she turns on the person, and now they're the bad guy, Oh, well, now Laura must be involved because, like, she's not completely, she's just not doing as I say. It's like, no, you're just your intentions are completely off. No. But Laura didn't help things. She should have never spoke to PG, but I think she learned her lesson. I don't know. She claims she only talked to her once, so who knows, though. I've always said, even that I didn't really talk to Laura as much as I did to Fred, and she didn't really speak on the Summerwells case much to me. I mean, not. She didn't seem to. She doesn't know as much as Fred does, because Fred was always here, there, and everywhere, because of his lifestyle at the time. And he's just observant. But it didn't help her saying that they did not leave the holler at 3:15. That's not even possible. It was more around 4 when Laura and Fred left the holler, and they didn't go to the car place. They didn't take the junk car to the wherever they were going, whatever it's called, because Andy came, and in order to let Andy by, Fred had to unhook his trailer to move out of the way to let Andy by. And because he let Andy by, it made them late to the scrapyard. That's where, the scrapyard. So, because they were already like behind. But Andy coming out there, he knew he couldn't make it on time, because Andy, he had to unhook everything and move it out of the way so Andy could get through. That's how he knows Andy was on the road for sure. And also, there's law enforcement knows too. Andy, give it up. And I still would help Laura, like, you know. Hey, Diana. I do, but I always drink all the time, Jerry. Like, always Diet Coke. I know. But I see people still, though. I mean, gosh. Yeah, it does. It makes sense. It makes complete sense. I don't know why. And it's my fault why there was all confusion about this scrapyard and stuff. Make sure when you're saying Fred said this or Fred say that, make sure it's his own words. Not somebody saying it, including me, not including, and even me, like especially back now, it's different because I have Fred on speed dial if I need him. But before, when I heard, didn't know him and stuff, there was times I repeated the story wrong. Go by his words only, especially if it's one of the old interviews, or if it's something from back earlier on. If it's something within the last year, it's a little bit different, or last 6 months. Well, no, it's Chillbilly. That's not exactly what's being said. No, I do believe Andy was at work at some point. I do. They know he was he was at work at some point. Yes, he was at work. He just had left at some point. What I'm saying, What I'm saying is law enforcement knows Andy was on the road. That's all I'm saying. And Andy knows that. Andy knows that. He's playing he knows it. They asked him about it. They asked him. But why? I don't understand why they aren't on him about, like, why the heck were you on that road? There's got to be a freaking, I mean, why aren't they badgering him for answers? I don't know. You guys, it makes me upset too. I don't know. Unless there's watching him or they're watching somebody or, they don't want to alert him. I have no freaking clue. That's true, Carrie. About the bathroom thing. Yeah, and Jodisue waiting being at the end of the driveway and stuff, and their text. It's like, it's all weird timing. And then, did you guys notice the text that Jodisue put up between 2:30 and 5:30? Oh, it's just radio silence between Andy and Jodisue. But they were talking all day. Certain time hit right before the main time, 3 p.m. When Candace and Summer and Grandis get back. Right before that time, radio silence until after Summer's gone missing, but there's nothing in the text about Summer missing? What? Weird. Though they do have the perfect gap, don't they? I don't know how people don't freaking see this stuff, but it is hard to keep it all straight. It's hard to remember everything, and it's hard to know what exactly is truth. And, those texts, they could be completely doctored. It's strange that Allie went to Andy's job. Yeah, that's weird. I believe Allie knew a lot, too. Did I change my wish list? No, why? What happened? Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, I added the some things. I put cat food, shampoo, and toilet paper, paper towel. Yeah, I added a few things. One link shows some things and another link shows something different. Oh, really? One link's for Fred was for Fred. I meant to delete it because I haven't. He told me to take down anything for him at one time until. Oh, you're talking about the Amazon products I use for where I put the items I use. Those items are for you to purchase. It's just where I put the decks I use for tarot and stuff. So if people wants to purchase them, because some people will see a deck that I'm purchasing and be like, or that I'm using and be like, oh, which one is that and stuff. And I'll be like, oh, just go to my Amazon storefront, and that's where, and it goes, that this link is just for people to purchase, if like products that I use on my channel. It's just for me to, I guess I get maybe like 10 cents commission or something. I don't know. I haven't even checked it since I made it. No, you didn't distract me. We're just talking, guys. It's just chill over here. No pressure. Hey, Amos. This ring is huge. What's that, Julia? He's not the upper, Jodisue said the other night that Andy's boss bought stolen goods from him and would change time cards. Really? That's interesting. Would change time cards. I got it and we'll play it on my next live. She privated it, but I got it. Interesting. But I'm guessing, but when we say anything and speculate, like, oh, could his time clock been changed, or could his boss covered for him in some way? It's okay for her to do it, but if we do it, it's like, I don't understand it. Why? Why is there something she protects Andy about? You know what would make sense? Maybe it involves their son, and that's why. Maybe that's why there's things that she has to defend Andy about, because she's afraid of her son getting in trouble. So unfortunately, she still has to be somewhat stick up for this dude who has traumatized her whole life, supposedly. Hey, Tina. I'm just tired of it, guys. I could not sleep last night. I'm not even joking. I could not freaking sleep last night. This was bugging me so bad. I just know, like, I would bet my life on it that Andy knows something. But this is only my opinion. But what I can't figure out is if he's like, if he's involved, if he's just trying to cover for his son, or what, if it's something much more sinister. Now, I do believe there was definite sinister things going on as far as child SA and stuff up on that hill, and probably happening this summer too. I do believe that. Does it have to do with what happened this summer and like how she went missing? It could be two separate things. You see what I mean? It is very, very possible that still the Knoxville stuff is real, or there definitely could be a drug thing. And hold on, let me. Fred's blowing up my DMs. My stomach's making weird noises again. Does anyone, Fred wants me to know, or wants me to ask, does anybody have the video that Jodisue made about the day It says she was too quick for me and took it down. In the video she recorded, Jodisue said she got a phone call and she knew where it was. And she pulled up and saw Summer's body and said Andy was too weak to his stomach to help. And then Jodisue said she picked her up and put her in the car and buried her. Where her did you anybody hear Jodisue say something like that? If anybody does anybody have that clip, if that's true, of Jody? I mean, I can't imagine Jodisue saying something like that, but she has said things and that like really crazy things about Andy, and then later for some reason, if you it's like, how are we not supposed to speculate about him being involved in Summer Wells if you're saying that he's supplying drugs to sedate little girls? Like, make it make sense. Why? So why do you get so touchy though when it comes to accusing him with Summer? Why is that? You can accuse him into all of these crazy things, but when it comes to Summer, oh no, he had nothing to do with it. No, not. Oh, these people are so stupid. Why is that? Is there somebody else you're covering for? And now you're kind of in the middle, like, oh shit, I don't want to have to defend this fucking dude, but she said an unsuspecting park guy took pictures of buzzards, so they went to see if it was Summer. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, was it about Andy's? Oh, was it her dream, a supposed dream? Okay, so this was, okay, was her dream, supposedly. I don't know. I don't understand it. Like, did he ever go back to work again there after Summer went missing? Because, oh, thank you, Kristen, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. But did he work after Summer went missing? Or why did he go? Why was it like he was at work the day Summer went missing, okay? Why was it after that he never went back to work again? What? You never went back? What? Why was it you never went back? It was like weeks before you supposed. And if he did go back to that place, it was weeks later. Does anybody find that weird? And 3 days after Summer went missing, he's going to work a train ride in Sevierville. But yet he was at work on the day Summer went missing, guys. He was definitely at work, but he never went back until like weeks later, maybe. Or did he start at a different place? Is it the same place he was working recently? Why didn't he go back to work after Summer went missing? Like, why was it weeks before he went back to work? If he went back even at all to that, whatever that was he was working at the time. I don't know if it was Hayworth or not at the time. It's like he was hired back there after some time. Yeah, for 21 days he operated a train ride at Ripley. You have that video clip, Evil entered? I remember the buzzard story. It wasn't a dream. She said it, and her and Andy went in the woods to look. They played rock, paper, scissors because the smell was so bad. That's why they run off Jackie Dobbs. You run off Jackie Dobbs. I'm trying to think how that all relates. Trying to think here. The Jackie Dobbs situation. Because they're up to some. That's also why they don't want. Why Ed, the one guy at the end who's also cool with all these people, like a bunch of those people on Ben Hill are all cool. The odd person out is Fred. The Redmonds didn't wanted Fred out of there so bad because they wanted that land. People need to start freaking pressuring him for answers. This is ridiculous. Andy, we're not going to stop. Remember? Also, yeah, Sharon, Fred saw Dawn that morning, not 2:30 like PG says. Fred didn't say he saw Dawn on the day Summer went missing at 2:30. He never said that. It was around 9 a.m. ish, around give or take 30 minutes. And he saw Dawn coming off the hill in the red Subaru with the three boys. But yet the boys didn't go to work with Dawn, right? So that means that Dawn was at the hill when Candace left with Summer and Grandis. Oh, well, why didn't the boys go swimming? Oh, they stayed home and played video games. Did they fucking really? Then why was Dawn seen coming off the hill with them? I thought he was supposed to be at work. I mean, that's just stupid. Lori is stupid. If she's about Summer, why is she putting out stuff that she's just ridiculous? Yeah, what did somebody say about the restraining order and why? Yeah, right, KK. Yes, he did have a supposed dream seeing her body. Yeah, Jackie Dobbs is still alive. He posts on his YouTube, so I hear. Jodisue supposedly was going to his work raising Cain and yelling at Andy. He left like, oh, okay, so that makes sense. So the last day he was at work was, but how convenient. His last day was the day Summer went missing. His last day was for a while anyways. Remember? You remember because he was doing the street sweeper job. He lost his job at the freaking tire shop. Does anybody remember? He wasn't working at the tire shop for a while. You remember him going live in his little street sweeper in the middle of the night? I can't be the only one that remembers. He had lost his job for a while. But weird. The day Summer goes missing is the last day you work. And on the 18th, you take off to work a train ride at Ripley's. Was it Ripley's? Isn't that where Ripley's is? Wasn't Ripley's brought up in Donna Serafina's reading? I don't know. I often wonder why Jackie would give Andy his phone number after all that big fallout. Never has made sense, says When Evil Entered. PG does that because she's prideful. Yep. She doesn't like being wrong. She also can't stand when people she doesn't like have more info to discuss than she does. When I don't have it, see, that's the thing she does. She every day she has some kind of new info. I don't have new info every day. I don't have something to talk about every single freaking day on Summer Wells. You know what I mean? I just don't. There's many times I'm coming on here and we're just most of the time just talking about the weather or just BSing, you know what I mean? Because there's just not anything I'm not going to just keep talking, rehashing certain things that is pointless. I mean, but I wanted to talk about, I will change my title a little bit since it's proven that he actually did go off to the military. I haven't seen the picture, but there's people that claim they've seen it. That he did at least go to the military at some point. I don't know. Is Ripley? He went to work a train ride. It was in Sevierville. Is that where Ripley's is? Let me look. Let me see. Let me look. What's in Sevier? That's near like Gatlinburg and stuff. I guess, doesn't have to be, I guess, Ripley's for sure. Looks like there's Little River Railroad Museum. It was a train ride near Gatlinburg, Sevierville. There's Dollywood Express train ride. I don't know. We'd have to get him to clarify for sure. I guess I can't say Ripley's for sure. I remember the first thing out of his mouth on the street sweeper, he wanted money. Oh, that's when he was needing that trailer or whatever. Yep. Or hey, it's good to see you, by the way. 2 people who are local to Summer and have posted every day is sus. My opinion, 2 people who are local to Summer and have posted every day is sus. What we know for sure, hair curlers and crime, well, I guess according to Andy, is he was working a train ride in Sevierville a few days after. He claims he was only there for a few days, but when Fred saw him at the gas station and asked at what's that gas station? Everybody Boomers, or what is it called? Fred, Zoomers. Endangered chat alert. Right, Amos, right? If I made stuff up every day, nobody has every single day there's some kind of shocking info. It's like, how is that possible? Is there a train ride there, November Rain? So when Fred saw Andy at Zoomers, and asked what he had been up to, he said he had been working a train ride didn't he say 21 days or something? But now he wants to say he was only there, it was just a few days. Yeah, they need to check the cameras as Zoomers. Because he also, on the day Summer went missing, Fred saw him at Zoomers. Zoomers is like that place everybody sees each other, guys. It's like it's the place people. It's like one of the only gas stations easy to get to near in Beach Creek. I mean, it's not really easy either. It's like 15, 20 minutes. There's train ride at Dollywood. Yeah, maybe it was I don't know. That I took it like it was like some kind of fair or something. Like it was a train ride. You know how those fairs come around, once a year? I thought in counties and stuff, I took it like it was something like that, but I could be completely wrong. Right, sweetie? Animalistic scream. There's a train ride at Donwood on a little train ride for kids at the track in Pigeon Forge. A county fair is a possibility. I guess we would have to look to see what was going on there in Sevierville around that time. To see. It would have been June, about the end of June. He left the 18th or the 17th. He was on the last day he's on recording is the 17th, but did he leave the 17th or 18th, Fred? Or do we know for sure? But so around the 18th, he took off to Sevierville. So it would have been soon after that. I don't know if that means the train ride. He started operating on the 19th or what. But we need to look at around June 20th to 30th or around then, what kind of fairs were going on. June 20th to 30th. of 2021 in Sevierville, Tennessee. Right? I don't suppose that train ride was at the same place that Grandis and Candace went on the 18th of June. Oh, did they go with the 18th? They went to a train ride after Summer went missing on the 18th. But I do know that they were going to places like that, the week prior to Summer going missing. Candace and Grandis went to the water park, I believe, but it was for sure on June 18th. That would be crazy, Liplock. A charity train. Andy said he was working on a friend's boat. He told us that he was right in chat that he was operating a train ride, to be exact. He was loading his pit on the night of the 17th. That was the last time I seen him until at Zoomers 21 days later. Yeah, the pit that went, David Bay's pit that went missing, that suddenly Fred saw Andy with, and then never again. The pit bull has never been seen again. This black and white dog. It's like disappeared off the face of a planet since. Where'd that dog go, Andy? Hey, Robin. Thought they went to a swimming park. Hey, Betty. Right? You got it nicely done. It makes me think, if these are the places that they were hanging out, these are the places where these type of people are hanging out, these perverts, these weirdos type people, and these like fairs and stuff where there's a bunch of children, in my opinion. Candace was in Gatlinburg a week before Summer went missing. Yeah, and supposedly Summer's suitcase was getting packed the night before she went missing. Do you remember the talk about Summer? I can't remember if it was Andy Jr. or Hunter that, yep, Justice. There's rumors about both. There's been a period of time where people were speculating that H possibly was operating a vehicle and there was an accident. And then the same thing with Andy's son. So it's been said both have been highly speculated on, but I don't know. I don't really believe the accident cover up. I believe this was something that was premeditated and arranged. Splash Country. She took the kids to a water park in Sevierville. It was like, you think it was Splash Country? Huh. Wonder if that's where Andy was operating the train ride. Just curious. Not that would mean that anybody's guilty of anything. I'm just saying. Candace is carny folk. Yes, she is. Yep. Might have to go here in a second to do something about dinner. But I have been on for a couple hours, so There's another water park across from Splash Country. Oh, I will, or I'll be looking. I just don't want to do it right this second because I want to look at the certain dates and stuff around that time. What have I told you about? Which one's that, Darlene? Those pictures of Summer when there was in Gatlinburg. Summer looks ill. Yep. And similar to the 15th, same clothes on. Go back. Yes, she does. Yep. That is true. It does look like she was wearing the same bathing suit in that Gatlinburg trip. Or the same, whatever it was. In the Gatlinburg trip, she's seen with that same bathing suit that she was wearing in that video that was supposedly the 15th when Hunter was there and everything. It's true, but I just always took it as like, oh, they probably don't have, it was probably her only one or something, or you have the granddaughters tonight. Oh, I have it pulled up. I have it pulled up right here. I was wanting to check it. I just didn't want to do it because since it's a spiritual channel, I wasn't wanting to do it. Well, I am curious about the whole. I don't know. I'm just not like big on dowsing rods. I just know they're not very accurate, but I turned it off as soon as she said that the parents were involved. That kind of, isn't that what she was basically saying?
Sin that took her. Do you think they would have changed her name? Does Summer have a new name now that she goes by? It's still Summer.
Yes.
Do the parents know what happened to Summer?
Yeah, they've already asked them.
Oh, okay.
No, it's good to ask more to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh. See, I can't believe that. When I hear that, the parents don't know. You know what I mean? That's when it makes me not want to listen to the whole thing because I just don't see how that's even freaking possible. Now, I do what I think now, how the reason, the possibility with that could be that they might not know where she ended up because I think she's been through several hands. They probably sold her to somebody and didn't really care what was happening after that. So there was probably, just like there was probably some lower level people doing the grunt work, like the name I've mentioned many times during this live, in my opinion. There's those people. There's several people involved in this. So maybe the parents don't actually know where she ended up. I was looking at Andy and Jodisue's criminal records and noticed when they got the drug charges, it was June 13th, 2014. Huh. So 10 years ago. was more on traffic. I'll check it out. I have it still up. I put it up, Darlene, to check out later. Early on, people mentioned a group of people, initials MN, and if so, Dawn better be very careful and would explain Candace's statements back then. Yeah. I know. Dawn made jokes about it, about the mafia. Oh, that he made jokes in that text with, what was her name? She passed. I can't remember her name at the moment. One of you guys will think of her. Anyways, he made jokes saying, trying to laugh, saying basically he owed the mafia $50,000 and no, not Nana's Angels. No, this older lady that was talking to Dawn early on, the one that people mistook for Prayer Garden. Denise, there you go, Denise. I was just thinking about Nana's Angels, thinking about how crazy it was. Tim Mullins says MM and traffic to him. In Nerdy's video, Tim Mullins says the Mexican Mafia and traffic. Oh, trafficking. Don't necessarily believe that swim videos was the 15th. It may have been posted on TikTok the 15th, right? But you would, law enforcement should be able to figure out pretty easily if that video was actually taken on the 15th, Please hit the like. Yep, hit the like. That's a free way to support the channel. Go vote Turtle Line for Terry Lynn. Don't come over here and tell everybody to leave my channel. What the heck, Blue Eyes? I'm not mad, though. I am going to go here in a little bit anyways, but Terry Lynn. Does she still do spirit box lessons or sessions? I don't know. I haven't seen her around, really. Law enforcement was able to confirm about I wonder what exactly law enforcement was able to confirm about the 15th. It's like info blackout from law enforcement. All info comes from Candace and Grandis, right? TikTok video is the last proof of life of Summer Wells. She had not turned in that phone yet, and it was after the boys were removed. Hey, Sammy. You're good, Blue Eyes. I know what you meant. You didn't mean like right this second. She could have been. She probably went missing before the 14th. Or, well, Don was all looking so sad, like, what Dudley said, like something was really wrong on the 14th. Is Denise and Dusty the same? No, they're not. Dusty is, she was one that kind of, I think, worked with Ernie and them early on and got in some drama with Raven and stuff. And Denise is an older lady who has spoke to Don in Facebook messages and stuff and had some calls with him. And she's the one that claimed that one time she wondered if he had any clothes on because he was completely shirtless. And he was telling her that in the text messages, he was telling her that he was in love with her and stuff. And she was like, she was like 65. But a lot of people, the lady came on my channel and spoke about it. Her name's Denise. You can look up, if you type in Ziggy and then Denise, you'll find the videos where she talks, and she sounds a lot like Prayer Garden. And I was convinced for the longest time she was Prayer Garden, but we were able to have both of them on panel at one time and to prove that they were actually two different people. But Denise ended up passing away. She was really, really sick. But, all right, guys, I'm going to go because I'm going to go get, oh, wait, hold on. TBI issues endangered. TBI issues endangered child alert for missing East Tennessee child. 7-year-old Nova Rice was last seen Monday evening wearing a blue tie-dyed shirt with a smiley face and blue jean shorts. And this is like not loading. But guys, I do have to go. There is something about a child, but it's not loading. I wanted to show you guys it, but I have to absolutely go. I only have 25 minutes. Oh, he was found safe. So good. Okay, good. He was found safe. So false alarm then. Yes, yeah, Denise passed away. Not Dusty. Dusty's still alive. Dusty's son passed away, though, since summer passed, and that was really sad. And ever since he passed, she's kind of been off YouTube and stuff. I will be doing readings probably here a little bit later, though. So anyways, guys, I will talk to you later.